Lisa, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us for this little brief interview today.
So glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
We are doing a Women's History Month campaign at Bridging the Gap. We are celebrating and talking about all the women doing work in Kansas City that inspires us. So to introduce Lisa, she is the Senior Landscape Architect for Kansas City Water's Smart Sewer Program. And Lisa, I would like to say you are inspiring for us because, and to me in particular, because you bring beautiful and functional landscapes to Kansas Cityans. You are always helping Kansas City innovate new practical solutions to creating a more sustainable landscape for our community. You're also a pleasure to work with, and you've been a great leader and inspiration within the Kansas City sustainability community. So thank you. My first question for you is, what drew you to working with landscape architecture and then green infrastructure in Kansas City?
So initially, and thank you, by the way, I'm humbled by what you said. I'll always be trying to live up to that. It's a big team effort working on all these projects. So it's exciting to see them happen. I was initially attracted to landscape architecture by the desire to create nearby outdoor spaces where everyone could experience the benefits of nature. So having a chance to get the mental health benefits, the physical health benefits, and to learn to love the outdoors and nature, and then to want to protect it. So kind of all those things wrapped together. That's what drew me to the field originally. And then green infrastructure it grew out of that. Just my first few experiences in school, and then at firms early in my career, we got to work on some projects that involved green infrastructure. And then I started getting really excited about the restorative abilities, help cleaning water and to do something that's going to make our environment healthier and, create them in ways they can be amenities where people can, park-like space. So it kind of blends those things together in a great way.
Sounds like a great niche you found yourself in, and it's expanding. So what excites you about the environmental work that's happening in our community right now?
It's been really exciting to see how, the scope of what is environmental work is broadening. So it isn't just, more limited, but it's, I think there's better recognition how everything's connected. Health, economy, mental well-being, the environment, these aren't separate things. These are all related, and they all have, big impacts on each other and on our quality of life. So the other thing, it's been really encouraging to see environmental justice becoming a more well-known concept and getting more funding and more attention. So I think that that's a big step forward, and one that we need to keep pushing so that everyone can be in a healthy environment.
Thank you. All right. What advice do you have for women just starting out in a career like yours?
I would say to be persistent and resilient, not to get discouraged by barriers. And, there are many barriers, I think, in any field, right? But in this work, there are, I don't know, it's probably not more barriers, but sometimes it feels like it. But there are a lot of people out there, pulling in the same direction, pulling us in a better path to make our world better every day. And so just not to get discouraged and to find those little wins, those little things that are going well, and build on those.
Thank you. And finally, where do you find inspiration?
All around. This is something that I try to do deliberately because I don't always tend to see the bright side, but it is a practice to focus on that. And so, it's kind of deliberately every day looking at, okay, what's going really well today, what's a good story in the world, what's an inspiration that you know, nature is a timeless inspiration. So sometimes, you know, you can be having the worst day, and if you can get outside for a little while, somewhere quiet, that can make such a difference and be really inspirational. And you might get ideas on how to overcome whatever you're trying to work on or what your barriers are hitting. And also to see kids enjoying nature, you know, that definitely, you know, it gives me hope for tomorrow. And that they'll build that connection and have that interest in taking care of it, you know, making it accessible, and yeah, keeping that the natural world and a way that we can visit it without, you know, having to drive 30 minutes, but somewhere where it's close by to everyone. And yeah, that inspires me when I see good projects and people enjoying them, especially little kids out there. Yeah, that inspires me.
Thank you, Lisa. I want to follow up by saying the work that inspires you is so much of what you're providing to the community. So thank you for doing that. Continue to be a great leader and resource for those women who may be facing barriers to employment in this field. You're a great support network for them, as well as many other women within Kansas City. And thank you for providing those spaces that provide inspiration, not just to you and me, but to so many other people in Kansas City. So thank you again.
Sure. Yeah. You know, I'm glad that we have a city that supports these things, and, you know, ratepayers and taxpayers who are helping fund these things. So yeah, I'm honored to be able to help with that. And yeah, it's an exciting time. We're doing some great projects. So thank you.